morning, boys and girls. It's Saturday morning, gorgeous day, sunny, big doors open. I like it. New subscribers, once again, thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Tell your buddies, tell your chums, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the little bell, and it'll tell you what's when the next video is out. This morning, I cleared out an area and dug out the engine we're going to be using in the truck. It's a small block Chevy 350 cubic inch. The casting number is 0010, and I looked up the numbers on the front of the block. It's a 4-bolt main. It's been rebuilt. The only thing that happened is I do have to put oil in it because I forgot to put the pin in my engine stand, and the engine flopped right over and all the oil came out. So I think I'm going to put brake-in oil because I don't know what was in it. It's super clean. I don't know if it's been run. But the guy I got it off of, I have no reason not to believe him. Seems like a stand-up guy, and I've met him a few times since then, so he's not hiding from me or anything. So what I'm going to do now is clean it off, take all the parts off that we're not going to be using, because I'm going to change intake and carburetor and stuff like that. Yeah, clean it up really good, you know, wire brush, and take all the gunk off, loose paint and everything else, and paint it up. Pick up some goodies for it at the local speed shop, and make it pretty and get it in the truck. So that's the plan. Yeah, I'm just going to unbolt all the crap that we're not going to be using or that's in my way. So that's where we're at. Just so you know, folks, painting an engine blue does not give you a rebuilt engine. Painting an engine blue gives you a blue engine. And that's what we've got here, I think. If this was rebuilt, it wasn't very thorough. There's a lot of crud and crap in here. When I pulled the distributor out, I got tipped off right away. I pulled it out, and there was a bunch of nasty crap on this thing too. So, you know, I don't see it, man. So, and when I pulled the water pump off, the coolant that came out of there was nasty. It was like brownish, ugly, nasty stuff. So, you know, it's not what I had hoped it was. So we're gonna have to get a little deeper into this thing. Pop the heads off, pop the intake off, see what's going on with the cylinders, get the oil pan off, check out the crank and crank bearings. So now I'm going to need fasteners and gaskets and all that stuff. And, you know, if I'm going to go that far, I might as well put a cam in it and, you know, get her done. So, looks like a total freshen up job. And that's where I'm at. So, I'll have to spend some money on this sucker, I guess. But I promised the guy a good engine, and that's what I'm going to give him. So, got to make sure it's good, man. That's all there is to it. So that's where I'm at on that. I guess I'll pull a few more pieces and bits off and see what I got. Well, so far it's not horrible news. I mean, it is dirty. But, you know, the cylinders are actually in good shape. They're not all scored or gouged or anything like that. It'll clean up. And that's pretty much the biggest part of the job. When I get the oil drained or the oil pan off, I can check out the crank bearings, see what's going on with those. If they're good, we're in not bad shape. So when I'm taking one of these things apart, I like to keep all the pieces in the same order and put them back in the same order, because they've been friends since this engine was born, and they get along with each other. Everything wears differently, so if you keep all the same pieces together, put everything back in the same holes, and reassemble them together, better chance of eliminating any failure. So yeah, like I said, it's just really, really grungy and dirty, but overall, I think we're in good shape. I'm going to put a cam in here anyway, help it breathe a little bit, get a few more horses out of it. This one, when I ran the number, is actually a 1976 model, built in Tonawanda in November 76. So it's not a high horsepower engine or anything, but we'll wake it up with a few goodies, and yeah, should be all right. Well, the oil pan is off, and it's actually not too bad down here. A lot better than I thought. I pulled the mains off and checked the bearings and the journals on the crank, and yeah, they're good. If they're worn, I left one. I put them all back now, but I've left one out just to show you. When a nice shiny steel like this, it's still good. If they're worn, you'd be seeing brass through here. So there's nothing wrong with them. Everything's smooth. So I'm just going to lube it up and torque it back down. I've set my torque wrench to 70 foot-pounds, and yeah, we'll bolt that sucker back in. So yeah, that's good news. Sheesh, what a mess. Now, I always have a mess to clean up. Anyway, whatever, part of the deal. So I got my pistons out, pistons and rods, and the journals on the crank, these are in really good shape. There's no issues there whatsoever. And when I took the pistons out, the rod bearings, these are split 2-piece. They're also in very good shape. No real excessive wear or anything, so we're good to go with that. So these can go back, just clean up. I'm going to put new rings on them, on the pistons, and they can go back as they were. And this edge of the table represents the front of the engine, and these are all in exact order and position that they came out of the engine. So this edge faces front, as does this one faces the front of the engine. And you got to remember that two of them share one at each location, so you have a common surface. So two of them are together, and you could tell by this surface here, this would butt up to this one like so, and those two would be on that front journal. So yeah, I like to keep everything in order. I don't want to start mixing and trying to figure out which one goes where or whatever. Just keep everything in order, keep organized. It'll save you grief in the long run, and much less chance of something going wrong. So lots of cleaning to do, a ton of cleaning. I'm going to pull off the rockers like I did on this one, so it's easier to clean. And yeah, so all I have left to do on this thing is take the crank pulley and the harmonic balancer off, and that will expose my timing cover. I can pop that off and take the timing set and the camshaft out. But I think I'm going to wait to take the cam out until I have the new one here. I'm going to the speed shop tomorrow and order all the stuff I need. I need gaskets. I'm going to need head bolts. I'm going to need, oh geez, what else? Gaskets, head bolts, piston rings. I need a dress-up kit, some chrome stuff. I'm going to look at aluminum intakes and carburetors and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I'll be spending some quality time with my my speed shop dudes. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Uh, yeah, so I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to clean this up, and I've got to move this table because like a dummy, I set it up right in the middle of the freaking shop. So that's no good. I'm going to have to set it up over there somewhere. I'll move those fenders and stuff for the A. I got to do some work on them anyway, and I'll just turn the table around and put it in the hole there so it's out of the way. And this I can roll. So, no worries there. This thing here, this is rotating really smooth, so no noises or grinding or any weird stuff. So yeah, we got lucky. I think this is probably a fairly low mile engine, but just wasn't maintained super great, too long between oil changes and stuff. So that's why I had all that goop and gunk in there. But the bottom end is really good, so I'm pleased. We're good to go, man. So instead of dragging that table around, there was a lot of weight on it. I just set up something here and just transferred everything over. But I made sure I kept everything in the same order that I had it on the other table. And yeah, so it's good to go. It's out of the way. And ready for cleaning. So I'm going to have to go get a bunch of cleaning stuff tomorrow. I'll let this stuff do its magic tonight. Sweep it up tomorrow. And, this thing here, well, I got the crank pulley off, but I can't find my puller to get the balancer off. So, I'll have a few beers and see if that restores my memory. And if that doesn't work, well, I'll call my chum tomorrow and get him to come over with his, and we'll yank it off. So as you can see, the cylinders are decent. They're good. So a little bit of cleaning to do, but nothing major. There's no big ridges or anything. So yeah, we got lucky. Anyway, I'm going to slide this thing out of the way, and I'll get back to you right after that. And tomorrow when I'm out and about, I'm going to pick up the epoxy to paint my frame. So yeah, we got a little bit of finishing to do, but we'll get that done tomorrow as well. And yeah, she's coming together. I'd like to get 2 coats on this, and hopefully the stuff is in stock or is going to be in a day or two, so I can get that engine together, and we can tear into that rear axle and get that going. So this thing's coming along fine. Kind of, it might appear that I'm all over the place with it, but I have a plan, and I'm just gonna keep on plugging away and knocking things off the list, and eventually we'll get there, and we'll start having something that resembles a rolling truck. So yeah, big shopping day tomorrow. Got to spend some money. Shit. Okay, well, so today it's it's Sunday night now. You won't see this until tomorrow or later. But this Sunday it's Mother's Day, of course. So happy Mother's Day. And if your mother's still with us, make sure you give her a call, man. Halfway through this teardown, I stopped, cleaned up a little bit, and went to visit my mom for a bit. Spent a couple hours there, and I saw my brother and sister. I haven't seen my sister since pre-COVID, so what's that, over 2 years? It's kind of a shame, really. But, it was a good visit, and glad I went. So, yeah, happy Mother's Day. And, yeah, tomorrow I got to go into town. I got to hit the speed shop. I got to hit Princess Auto. I got to hit another supply store for the epoxy. So, yeah, I'm going to be running around most of the morning. Be half a day lost, but I got to get this stuff. So what else? Oh yeah, new subscribers, thanks again. And yeah, please leave comments. I'm enjoying the comments. I like them, and I try and answer all of them, and there's usually some pretty interesting stuff there. There's a lot of guys doing projects, man, or doing the same kind of thing that I'm doing, or trying it, or whatever. So I like to see that. Seems to be a fair amount of young guys doing it, which is good. That's really good. Keep the sport going, man. yeah, also, I think I mentioned this in the last video that looks like I closed a deal on 3 more of these trucks. So we're looking at a donor cab, and I cleared it with the owner already. So yeah, we're good to go. That's going to save a ton of time on metal work. I probably have 150 hours of metal work on this cab to get it to where it needs to be. So yeah, we're a little over budget on the motor. Like I said, you know, you can't rebuild a motor with a can of spray paint. All right. Um, I did get a hold of the guy that I got it off of, and he told me that he was told it was rebuilt. He didn't check it. So, okay, I'll buy that for $1. And anyway, no harm done. I feel better now anyway. Now that I've checked everything out, I know what's what. So we've got a good one. You know, and with all the goodies on it and stuff, it'll be more than enough to move that little truck around. And with the right rear gearing in the rear end, you'll light up the tires, no worries. So good with that. And yeah, in the next video, I guess we'll paint the frame, and if all the stuff is in for the engine, I'll put that together and paint, detail that, and get that in the frame. Get on the axles and suspension. So yeah, it's coming together. Anyway, if you don't do anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.